in summary, I ranted for like 40 minutes. In summary, creating features that de-incentivize the usage of viewbotting rather than blanket solutions that end up hurting lurkers. Like having actual in-rooted recommendation systems for other associated streamers. So like kind of like how YouTube has next to your stream and next to your videos, it says like, watch these videos. Why doesn't Twitch have that? Why not have, you know, people who fit the same demographic, or even better, the people that I interact with frequently. So like, you know, if I have a friend who has similar tags to me, but I also collab with a lot, why not recommend those streamers right there on the side of the stream? It's not going to suddenly remove all the bots from the platform, but if you make constructive changes like that, over time, it'll de-incentivize the usage of botting. And then you can focus on a smaller like margin of botters to combat, rather than just being like, bots are all over platform. We put blanket solution over platform. Yeah, but it also hurts lurkers. It's like these things that are not seen when you're just doing blanket solutions. There's constructive ways that you could do it in pieces that help the platform as a whole, but also lower the amount of bots being used. Also, anyone who's botting and they're not botting hundreds of viewers are not making much money off of AdSense. So if they're worried about their bottom line, I can guarantee you someone botting 10 viewers isn't hurting their bottom line. But the people who might be botting hundreds, yes, sure. Unless you're pulling hundreds to thousands of viewers, your AdSense is ridiculous, like not anything. Like smaller streamers, when I say smaller streamers, I mean this is a blanket term for anyone under like 200 viewers. You make most of your money off of subscriptions and bits, if not external sources like Coffee, Patreon, whatever, you know what I mean? Like we ain't sitting there raking in thousands of dollars in AdSense. You're only doing that if you're pulling hundreds to thousands of viewers. So if they're worried about losing pennies, that's kind of stupid. Another thing that Twitch can do to incentivize synergy with their streamers and also get around ad blockers and stuff like that is offering joint collaborations for people to run ads internally within their streams, like having little ad stingers or doing the ad reads like YouTube does, where people, you know, well, not what YouTube does, but people on YouTube do, where they're like, ooh, NordVPN, right? They could collaborate with these ad people to have like, okay, so they partner with Nord, right? And then through Twitch as a platform, an affiliate or partner can then sign up with Nord to then do a quick ad read during their streams, and then it happens off of ad breaks so that they don't have to worry about losing money to ad blockers or whatever. And then the streamer then also gets a cut of that is more significant than the AdSense that they're totally not getting when they're sub 200 viewers of a streamer. You know, and it's a win-win-win, and it helps with the platform as well. And it seems like they're trying to do that because they integrated sponsorships into the dashboard, but they haven't really done anything with it. So do it, Twitch, and then you can get your hand in the pot and people can get their hand in the pot, you know? I would chill so hard if they gave us a, yeah! And like, it would be nice. And it would also be nice if they do more inlaid ads too, and not just like the rip you away and throw you into the videos. Like, it'd be nice if they did more of those, since they do have those like less obstructive ones. Like that'd be cool. Like there's a lot of things that they could do to incentivize and unify and lift up streamers, especially smaller creators, while also simultaneously like battling a bunch of the things that are going on and adding more monetization things. So having the option to have actual direct sponsorships through Twitch. So if Twitch helps you get a sponsorship, so like if they partner with Nord and you go through Twitch to get Nord, they can have a dip of the money, you have a dip of the money, and Nord gets their advertising, right? Internal tools that help people monetize, that don't, you know, cause them to have to go outside of the platform, and Twitch gets to get a portion of that money. Big win. Having the recommended internal features to show off other content creators that are similar to the creator that you are on and currently watching. Big win. Having options to opt for specific types of advertisements on your streams that could be then targeted towards your demographic. Big win, especially if you can add any type of monetization features where opting in for specific things come with additional incentives. Cool. Because like A big thing is if you uplift the resources that streamers have on the platform, if you uplift the options for monetization, if you uplift the ways that not only the streamer but also the consumer uses the platform, you have less incentive for people to need to seek something like botting. Will there always be botting? Will that always be an issue? Yes, of course there will, because there will be people who want that quick buck. There'll be those people who want to bolster the numbers. There'll be those people who want to soar to the top of listings within a category. Sure, absolutely. That'll always happen, and that's a problem that you'll have to, combat. But it'll de-incentivize the usage of it if people aren't struggling to begin with to grow on a platform. If you organically give them the tools to monetize, to grow, and to reach their goals within the platform, then there's less incentive to reach outside of the platform for some kind of actual, tool like that. It makes more sense. Even integrating things within the platform with other platforms as well would be good. Creating synergies between things would be good. And it's a lot easier said than done. This requires partnerships and communications with other companies. This requires rerouting of the existing UI. This involves not only figuring out how it functions on desktop, but it needs to function on mobile. It's a lot of thinking, it's a lot of money, and it's a lot of time to sort out all these issues. But in the long run, I think it would be something that would help everybody, streamers, creators, corporate. Everybody will make more money and be in a more feasible situation than they are currently. But it takes time. But they have to start doing these little things and etching away at these little problems rather than going to blanket nuclear solutions where it just happens. Because they do this a lot. They do like blanket changes and then it has backlash and then everybody goes, hey, you broke the platform. And then they have to panic and PR their way back into the favor of the people. I brought up the analogy earlier referencing games, right? A lot of game devs will go, oop, this thing is broken. And rather than nerfing or buffing certain features, they'll just nuke everything across the board, or erase an item, or erase a weapon, or erase a character from existence, rather than creating a solution, right? Look at the twins in Dead by Daylight. They super unga bunga buffed it into oblivion to try to make them relevant again, and then super unga bunga nerfed them when they were too broken, making them irrelevant again. It's like, what the fuck? Hunt Showdown. They introduced the flash bomb. The flash bomb got really oppressive for a while because of the duration of the flash. So what did they do? They nerfed it so much by adding like a 3-second wind up, lots of noise to it, and reducing the quality of the flash. So nobody picks it. It also isn't in the normal drop table, so you can't get it randomly in a mission. So it basically might as well not exist. The same goes for the Krag silencer. It came out insanely busted. What did they do? They did a blanket nerf across the board to all silence weapons, punishing every weapon across the board for the sins of just the Krag silencer. People do this like nuclear button press for creating solutions because it's easier to do a blanket solution than it is to do a surgical one. But there are ways to do the surgical one, but you need to do the foundation, you need to grind for it, and you need to work towards it. Yes, people are going to have issues with the growing pains, and it's not going to be something that's fixed tomorrow, but it means a lot more for the platform then at that point. Or whatever it is you're trying to do, game balance, or whatever. But people don't like doing that, and it's unfortunate. Because it's a lot more costly and time-consuming of a solution. Thank you for coming to Fumi Rants. People frustrate me in their decisions in companies. Friedman, hello, welcome in. Raiders, hello, welcome in. You come into slightly baby raging, rambly. Fumi, how you doing?